Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Deb. I'm Deborah Westenhauser, and today we are going to make something devilishly delicious. All right, for our first treat, we are gonna whip up this hauntingly delicious cheese ball. But it's not no ordinary cheese ball. It's going to be a brain cheese ball. This is a little bit more ingredients than you normally cook with, but I couldn't pass up such a delicious and fun appetizer. So you're gonna start with a softened bar of cream cheese. You're gonna wanna make sure that cream cheese is nice and soft. You're just gonna mix it around. You can do it by hand or in a food processor or an immersion blender, whatever works for you. And you're just gonna stir it around, just the cream cheese all by itself, super easy, until it's nice and smooth. You really don't need to do it for more than a couple minutes, and then we're gonna put it in a little plastic baggie because we're gonna use this for the decorating part when we get to it later in the cheese ball. So you know me, I always use plastic baggies as a easy and convenient piping bag. Just put that in the baggie, try and squeeze it down to a corner because you're gonna use it later just like how we ice our cupcakes. It's just gonna be pure cream cheese. Can't stress this girl out. I've been making treats and squeezing cheese. Oh my. And zip that up and store it in the refrigerator. Next, we're gonna take another bar of softened cream cheese. You just add it to the same bowl. It's the same ingredients. No need to do extra dishes, I'll tell you that. And then you're gonna take about a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Plastic wraps, they just really make you work for it. I'll tell you that right now. I always just guesstimate amount. I mean, it's cheese. You can't really go wrong with it. But this looks like it's probably a 1/4 of a cup. No need to have to get out a measuring cup. It's extra dishes Deb isn't gonna do. I'll tell you that right now. We have this Classico brand traditional basil pesto and pasta sauce spread. Not sponsored, but it should be. Make sure to shake it up. This is just a really delicious pesto spread. It's not just plain pesto. It's really good to mix with this cheeses. So we're gonna put about another 1/4 a cup. Once again, you can just eyeball it. Oh, that's right. I've been working out. Hey now. That looks good. You can't go wrong with too much pesto. I'll tell you that. Cheese and pesto is where it is at. And then we're just gonna mix this up. Once again, you can use a blender. You can do it by hand. I always like to do it by hand because I get a little extra workout in. Oh my, that smells so good. Oh, I could just eat that up right now. A little cracker. Oh my. All right, so next for a little extra pop of flavor, we're gonna put in some pine nuts. I just went to my local grocery store and got it in the bulk aisle. Now, if you do have a nut allergy, you just skip this part. It's not necessary. You don't need to die over this. I mean, I know it's Halloween and this is food to die for, but don't take it that far now. So I'm just gonna chop them up just a little bit. You only need a couple tablespoons of pine nuts to add that flavor. And then you're just gonna put in the fridge to set. It can set for, you know, an hour or less. I mean, it's pretty much a pretty good structure. So we're just gonna have it set while I whip up our next item. All right, now so we're gonna have our cheese ball in the center, and then we're just gonna have a little red sun-dried tomato sauce with some balsamic vinegar going around, cause you know, it's gonna be a brain, it's gonna be gory. Oh, this is gonna be, well, it's cute, but it's a little gross for Deb, but you know, people think it's cool. So I just have some sun-dried tomatoes I bought from the store. I just processed them in my little food processor. Always like to have those on hand. It's always good to just toss into a pasta. Oh, so delicious. Little grilled cheese with a little sun-dried tomato. So you'll want about a 1/2 cup or so of the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of water, 1/4 cup of olive oil, a little bit of some minced garlic, and about a tablespoon, little splash of balsamic vinegar. Give this just a real delicious taste. We're just gonna mix this little mixture up. Just want to make sure that oil and water are mixing well. It's giving you a nice consistency. And we're just going to set that aside. Now while our cheese is setting, we're going to carve some pumpkins. Now they're not real pumpkins. We're going to take some orange peppers. How cute. And you're going to cut off the top because what we're going to do is we're going to make some stuffed peppers. I mean, stuffed pumpkins. Oh, I just love a season for pumpkin everything, I'll tell you. Then we're just gonna carve them like we would little jack-o'-lantern. This is just gonna be so cute. This would be such a fun activity to do with the little older kids, because not only are you carving, it's like carving a pumpkin, but it's a little smaller. Plus, they can help make their own dinner. How cute. I don't know why pumpkins and carving jack-o'-lanterns always got that stigma of triangles, but that's how I do it. Not a fancy pumpkin carver. It's pretty much triangles as far as the eye can see. Oh my goodness. What you're gonna need is some chicken. I cooked mine in my Instant Pot because that's the easiest way for me to cook chicken. And then I just shredded it, pulsed it in my Vitamix. For flavor, I'm kind of going off my own thing, so I brought some salsa because I thought that would be fun. And I just got a package of the Spanish style rice because this is what I had in my pantry. I just want to add a little carbs to it. Everything's better with carbs. You got to stay full, I'll tell you. This is not keto friendly, no siree. I don't think anything I do is keto friendly. Let's get rid of those keto people right now that I've offended them. Get out of here because Deb's Kitchen, not keto, no. All right, so you just take your cooked shredded chicken. You can put any spices you want. A little cilantro. Salsa is just super simple. This is chipotle, pineapple, and green chili. A little sweet and savory, just the way I like it. You can make this as simple or as more steps. I don't want to say complicated, but you could do everything from scratch if you wanted to. I'm trying to give you something you can do that's super creative, delicious, and on a time crunch. Because I'll tell you, I'm normally on a time crunch. That's for sure. Go ahead and rinse off some black beans. Put those in there. It's got to have a little fiber. Nutritious and delicious. What about that? Can put a little cheese in there, a little cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack mix if you want. I think I'll just use up the rest of my Parmesan from that cheese ball. Dump in the cheese. Yum, yum. Nothing like making a little mess, I'll tell you that. So I got my baking sheet, little parchment paper. I'm gonna grab my little pumpkins. We're just gonna stuff them nice and good. I want this to be super filling. Put his little tap on. Oh my goodness, look at him. Oh, these guys are so cute. I love it when my food's so cute. His little hat on. Now, all of this food is already pre-cooked, just the pepper needs to be tender. So once we fill up all of the peppers, we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. That should be enough time to soften the peppers. You might want to check it at 20 just to kind of see how it's going. Oh my goodness, look at this little guy. Oh. Oh, that looks gruesomely disgusting. Oh. Ooh. So thanks for watching, and be sure to tune into my Facebook and Instagram for more videos for your Halloween festivities.